Hey everyone, Dekzeh here, back with another narration for the CALLOUS Invitational 6, and this is a loser's bracket matchup, so whoever loses here is straight up eliminated, and we have Jirachee versus Gorgie, two veterans, actually players of similar profile, kinda just being incredibly consistent for maybe over a decade, just to show how long they have been around, playing this tier and a multitude of other tiers. Let's get into game 1 here. We see Zapdos onto Salaman's lead. Mance doesn't really like to stay in that matchup, even if your choice band Rock Slide recently HP Ice, but Jirachee gets a really good turn 1 with that Thunderbolt crit plus Para on his Snorlax, which reveals Rest. You don't really want to reveal Rest Snorlax that early, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And that Tyranitar looks to be just some leftovers Earthquake, and that's a max defense Suicune. And an offensive Zapdos for sure, for taking 34% from an uninvested Surf. Set Thunderbolt on Flygon, so a lot of team members revealed already from Gorgie. I guess he didn't really want to go Flygon from Salaman's turn 1, scared of the HP Ice, but we said that Dekzeh was gonna trap this Snorlax because he has not burned a single turn of sleep. That was a really good baton pass. What happened there is that Gorgie tried to scout the Zapdos for baton pass or a coverage move with Flygon, and trying to switch Snorlax on a potential hidden power ice, he got caught the baton pass on a sleeping Snorlax, so that was a really bad turn for Gorgie there, and the Snorlax is just gonna die without ever doing anything. Let's see if we can get some initiative of this Dekzeh trio, but it just meets a Claydol with a Toxic. Claydol is definitely a Pokemon that you don't really mind getting Toxic a lot of the time, especially because it can run Refresh. In this build, it's kinda likely to be a Refresh, if I'm honest. Gorgie does reveal a Fortress, but doesn't want to try to spike up against Claydol, and we see a Calm Mind Suicune, and Salamence, not choice band, you're not really what you wanna be switching into a Suicune. I guess the best Gorgie can do here is maybe roar with his own Suicune, or maybe try to go for the mirror and see who gets a crit first. The Snorlax being trapped and dead makes the Suicune matchup really bad for him. We do see that he goes into Suicune. It is an Ice Beam from Jirachee, which doesn't really say much. It could either be offensive. It is offensive because we see a hidden power Grass, and this may just be game. Umbreon is not gonna 1v1 the Suicune. I guess if he's... Yep, I mean, we just see a switch into Flygon. Maybe he was trying to get a switch in on unexpected Toxic, but Gorgie just forfeits. Wow. Was this maybe some mean look Umbreon into Curse Legs and Calm Mind Suicune attempt? That's like a noob trap. I mean, not really as it traps the person who's using, but it's just like kind of a matchup fishing, and something that you get free wins against worse players. Don't know the tier, but Jirachee very convincingly won this game. A little bit of luck with the turn 1 crit Para on the Snorlax, but even through that, as soon as that Snorlax got resting, the Suicune was always a huge threat, and he just won the game. Very cool to see offensive Suicune do something. It's been a while since I've seen that, actually. I think nowadays, like maybe 90% of Suicunes are rest, even more than that. But anyway, straight up into game 2 here. We see a Tyranitar lead from Jirachee still at the bottom, and a Jirachee from Gorgie. We see a hidden power fighting Choice Band, and a Choice Band Earthquake to take it out. Okay, Dekzeh trio follow-up, so this is gonna be a fast-paced one for sure. We already had 2 kills in 2 turns, with a Skarmory follow-up onto Celebi, so definitely some sort of Calm Mind offense by Gorgie, and Jirachee could just be any sort of balanced build. That is a Leech Seed Celebi, that's surprising to me. We do see the Ludicolo, so it's definitely some sort of like special offense. The weather change is nice, Tyranitar is gone, but we do see a Blissey that's gonna take nothing from those Surfs, and it does appreciate having its leftovers back. Ice Beam, maybe trying to catch the Dekzeh trio with the 1 layer of spikes that the Skarmory got. Dekzeh trio will die to Ice Beam. We do see a Soft Boil. Gorgie has 1 death, so beat up is not gonna do enough, but so why would you go for it? Yeah, and you just also just died to Ice Beam. So, weird plays all around. Gorgie has to have a better plan for this Blissey. Because that Duggy Drill just was not it. The Celebi Leech thing is nice, but it's just gonna get more layers from the Skarmory. I wonder what moveset this is. It's Calm Mind Seed. Oh, maybe it's the Seed Calm Mind 2 attacks. I've seen that set. It's kinda nice on Blissey and against passive matchups, which this one does appear to be. And Suicune is another Pokemon that can feasibly 1v1 a Blissey. But Gorgie is just trying to push the issue of the Celebi. The way that Jirachee teams is constructed makes me think this is Roar Zapdos, but he just goes into Aerodactyl on the Calm Mind. Pretty good play there. He's just gonna pressure up. The Porygon is not a resist. He can maybe switch in here, but... Oh, okay, never mind. This is not a choice band Aerodactyl. So this is the sub-Leechy Aerodactyl that has been running around recently. And you have Toxic Porygon. But that's not gonna be the Toxic Blissey. He can try to trace a Natural Cure later and heal off the Toxic. But I really struggle to see how Gorgie could win this outside of maybe a Calm Mind Suicune last month scenario. That would be what I would be trying to go for here, even though there is a Zapdos. You do see an Ice Beam, so maybe this is not even a Rest Suicune. That looks like offensive Ice Beam against defensive Zapdos. And it just dies to Thunderbolt, and from here, I think Blissey just wins for Jirachee. And the Aerodactyl, I guess, is not that good for not being choice banded. Maybe the Porygon can switch in once, but then you can go Blissey and kind of just seal the deal. Oh, that is choice band Aerodactyl, it was just HP bug, my bad. I thought it was a non-choice band HP flying at first, but it was just a choice band HP bug. So this is just over. You can just go Skarmory, spam, Drill Peck until you die and finish off one HP bug. Very convincing, very quick wins by Jirachee here. Gorgie not having his best performance, but no, the games are always tough. That's how stacked this tournament is, and we say goodbye to Gorgie while Jirachee remains fighting for all of the money and the glory. And I'll see you guys maybe next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this narration. It was a quick one, didn't expect that quick of a game. I was ready to sit here and narrate for like an hour, but sometimes the games are just that short. And yeah, goodbye. Make sure to follow the CALLOUS channel for more ADV content. See you guys.